Doodle-doo! Welcome back to Just What I Do. Out here letting the garden block out. Doing some chores and whatnot. It's super windy again today. But that's okay. It means it's nice, warm, and toasty out. Fine by me. Bubba. Disappear. It's nice and toasty out, even though the wind is a little cool. But that's alright. The wind is pushing out the storms, which is fine by me. I'm able to get things done outside, finally. But I'm just out here doing my chores real quick and wanted to talk to you about the truck. As you saw in the last Tuesday video, that we fixed the massive oil leak. But we still can't get it started. Some stupid reason we still can't get the stupid thing started. So I'm gonna finish some chores over here. Uh-oh, we got some escapees. Finish chores over here, and then I'm gonna go out and we'll go to the truck, and I'll talk to you a bit more about, you know, everything I've done and what we think the problem is now. So let me wrangle them back in here, because I left the gate open again. Wrangle them back in, and then finish feeding everybody else, and we'll go out to the truck and we'll chit-chat there. So here we are once again, back over with this 1992 Dodge Ram D250 truck. Now, we've done several things with it. I replaced the fuel pump. Now, I replaced the fuel pump, I did the distributor cap and rotor, ignition coil, torque converter solenoid, rear main seal, and now the oil pan seal, gasket, whatever. So, and we still can't get it to start. Now, I know it's getting fuel to the carburetor, throttle body, whatever you want to call that damn thing. My brother always corrects me, that's not a carburetor, that's a throttle body. But yet it says Holly carburetor, but whatever. Anyways, I know it's getting fuel. I went all the way from the fuel pump all the way up to the carburetor, so I know it's getting enough fuel. And I know every single spark plug and ignition coil is getting enough spark. So, because we checked every single spark plug just to make sure it wasn't a wire that's faulty. Now, that only leaves one thing that we can think of, and that's timing is off. Because back a while ago, when we first fixed the fuel leak, if you remember, it was running at the end of that video. And you hear me saying in that video, there's a weird sound at the engine. There's a weird tick, 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 tick sound. If I remember, I'll try and insert that video here. I'm probably chit-chatting in it, but if you listen to the engine, you can hear that there's a weird noise. If I remember, I'll put that right here. So hopefully I remember to put that in if I can find it. But yeah, you hear that weird tick, 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 tick sound. And as I said, we know we're getting fuel, and we know we're getting spark. So in my mind, that only leaves one thing. Timing. Now, we're going to try, optimal word, and see if we can adjust it by turning the distributor. I'm having a feeling that it's so far out of time that it's just not going to work. We also have a timing gun. We're going to try setting up the timing gun and pointing it down in there at the timing spot and see how far off it actually is. But I finally got the damn distributor loose, It took a bit. It says to use a oil filter wrench, but I just could not get that dang thing to budge. It was starting to really piss me off. So I tapped it with a wrench a few times, and it finally broke loose. So, as you can see, it is loose, like it should be. Now we're gonna come out and start it and all that happy ass crap. Turn it ever so slightly. I know I just moved it. I actually put it back to where it was. I know how it was sitting at the beginning, at the very first, so it's all good. But I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna show you real quick exactly what it's doing. Because every time you hit the gas or the throttle, it dies out. So that just tells me that the firing is off, more than likely, and we may end up having to take all that apart and redo the timing chain. Oi. So let me show you really quick what it's doing. Hop in and I'll show you, and then we'll move on. And now it doesn't even want to start. So I'm going to tinker with it for a bit and then I'll bring you back and we'll go from there. But having a feeling that it's the frickin' timing chain is too far stretched, because it's never been replaced, never had to. But let me tinker with it, see if I can get it to start, and then we'll go from there.
Fuel still?
Yeah. That is the longest I've been able to get it to run. But if you notice, when I hit the throttle, it wants to die out. And I don't understand why. It's very annoying. So that is what's going on with this truck. I am still working on it. Just at the point where it's trial and error, trying to figure out why it won't behave. Still working on it. I'm bound and determined to get it fixed. I know some of you have subscribed just to see if I get it fixed and running. I greatly appreciate that. I hope you'll stick around afterwards when I do get it fixed and running. With this, it just seems like it's one step forward, two steps backwards. It's a little annoying. But as I was saying, it just seems like one step forward, two steps backwards, from the fuel line to the fuel leak at the carburetor to the massive oil leak. It started pissing oil all over the driveway. I am not a licensed mechanic. I'm just trying to figure this darn thing out. So I greatly appreciate any and every comment that is left on either a video or a short. So, what's next with this darn thing? Well, on my last truck short, not mountain short, but my short about the truck, someone left an awesome suggestion. And they suggested to check the accelerator pump on the side of the carburetor to make sure it's squirting. Now, earlier, I could see it spraying. You know, when I'm sitting inside trying to get it to start, I can see a mist coming off, so I knew it was getting fuel. But after thinking about it for a bit, I don't see that mist anymore. So, I'm going to check out the accelerator pump. If that isn't working, I'll replace that and hit it with a timing light and go from there. If that is working just fine, that means I get to take all of this apart to get to the timing belt. Which means the alternator has to move, the power steering pump has to move, the fan has to move, the shroud has to move, all these belts need to come off. And if we do remove all these belts, we might as well replace them, because they've never been replaced. A lot of the stuff on this truck has never been replaced before, it never needed to. But, so that is the dilemma with this truck. So, you may not see it for a while, but when I do finally get it up and rolling, I will let you know. But, I greatly appreciate you watching, especially if you made it this far. You're amazing if you actually made it this far. As I said, I may not show it, working on it, again, until it's probably running, and then I'll just explain. Because this isn't a how-to video, it's just a just what I'm doing video. So cross your fingers, then cross your balls, cross your whatever, and hope I actually get this darn thing running, because I've got some things I need to do with it that take a truck. But so that's the next steps. I'm going to check the accelerator pump, and then if that's not it, it has to be timing. Because we got fuel, well, from the pump, we got fuel, we got spark, so the only thing left is timing. So I greatly appreciate you clicking on this video. You're amazing if you have watched this far. As I said before, if you want to see what the Colorado mountains look like, make sure you check out my Friday videos. The snow is finally melting up there, so we can go do more things. River, not so much, it's still pretty frozen. But we have started doing some open water fishing at the lake. So that is awesome. The ice fishing season for us was really short this year, but we're happy to be open water fishing on the lake this time of year. Normally it's still frozen, but it's been really warm up there the past couple of days. So yeah, doing a lot of open water fishing now at the lake. So a lot more stuff gonna be happening on the Friday videos, Sunday videos, and then Wednesday is always fishing, good or bad or ugly. I always show the fishing, or whatever the heck we did that day. But as always, I greatly appreciate you watching. Seriously, if you made it this far, you're amazing. I know I said that before, but I know I ramble a lot in my videos. So as always, go out there, tuck in your crazy, adjust your crown, and I hope you have an amazing day. Don't forget to whack my like thingy, subscribe, help me hit 1,000. I'm stuck at 986 at the moment. Small hurdles with that, Once I hit 1,000, then I'll worry about everything else. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, people. Hopefully I get it running someday.